Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode of review of The Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated, episode 3. And I gotta keep on saying, I gotta give this show another thumbs up, especially for this episode as well. Cause all the episodes that I've watched this show have been is getting better and better as I'm watching this, because The Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated, it's already becoming one of my favorite things I've watched this year. I'm already going to be putting this on my list of favorite things I like this year. So, because each episode I've been enjoying, I've been getting laughs, I've been getting more character development, especially on Jahy, and each episode's been really great. You know, this has really become a really great anime series I've enjoyed. Now, like I said before, I still can't wait for Yashahime, the season 2, though. Don't get me wrong. Ouch. Just had my elbow on the chair. But this show has been really great in terms of like for more character, especially for Jahy, and more on the humor, and just the charm it has bring to the table to this series. And I'm really looking forward to seeing more. You know, I just want more and more now. But anyway, as for episode 3 goes, because now that after what Jahy found, that big crystal she found in the bird's nest, she can she can use it for a good amount of time to stay in her regular form, her original form, right? And it's this big, she's wearing this big hunking crystal that's hanging on her. So, and she's showing it to her boss manager. And the funny thing is that she's showing that she can use this power for a lot. Hopefully it doesn't drain that well, too much though. But the funny thing is, I love the fact that when the manager says that, you know, just don't either it gets in the way, or just leave it at home because it'll get in the way, or the fact that she'll make Jahy use her crystal to clean her store, like clean out the sink or the gutter or whatever, or the stove tops, or even the ventilators or whatever, everything, or the trays, the trays for the food, right? And she's like, okay, and she's like, why am I doing this? And because she's like, well, you know, we're short of staff, so I can't have time to clean it. She's like, hire someone else. But then all of a sudden it got drained, and then she also returning back to her child form. So that was pretty funny. And the fact that more on Druji, because she talks with Druji again, and saying of course more of the charm that Druji's believing everything that her master is saying, right? Because about how she get this crystal, like she searches the story of how she fought these big, huge bird monsters, which really it was an ordinary crow that took her smaller crystal. So she tells this whole thing. Oh, it was a big monster I fought. You know, the sea of forest, which actually was just right in her backyard. And then how she found the crystal. I thought it was assuming it was like from a big this big huge rock, but how I found it being this big. But from what Druji said, she's like believing and she's eating up everything she's saying. And we found that, but I found this though. I have a whole truckload of crystals, and I was like, I burst out laughing. It's like because when she showed that, and then with Jahy's reaction, it's like, what? I had to burst out laughing because, first of all, how is Druji? First of all, yes, she's more successful than Jahy is, because the way she made herself, right? And also she's just gathering up all pieces of the crystals left and right. Like she had some of her apartment, which was for decoration, and all of a sudden she just has a whole freaking truckload of it. While Jahy is struggling as it is on her own, you know, trying to get money for living costs and food, and essentially she's struggling to try to get pieces of the crystals herself especially in her child form. But here all of a sudden her servant is also just gathering up crystals left and right, you know, especially showing a whole truckload of it. I'm like, I'm just feeling pretty bad, right? Feeling pretty bad for Jahy right now, because she's trying to given her situation, because she's living this poor, she's living this poor life, while her servant's living comfortably, while all of a sudden just gathering crystal left and right, and when she's barely making ends meet herself. So, and then at the same time she's trying to impress her servant, saying that she's still this great evil lord that she was in the Dark Realm. She's putting up that facade up, and because she didn't want to disappoint her servant and tell him the truth, saying that she's living poorly and everything else. So Druji says, there's a point I'm going to be waiting for. I'm hoping maybe we'll see it later that Druji will figure out that she's been lying this whole time, that she's not really ruling anybody, that she's been just living this life like the humans are ruling her, and hopefully she'll just see that she's been faking it this whole time. And even to the point where she was going to go to work, and all of a sudden Druji says she stops she's working, and now Jahi's kind of forced to dig herself in this deeper hole that she now has to lie, say this is my business. I'm ruling these humans in her business, and she's like, oh, this is so great. You own your own business. You're ruling the human world. Or even points she wants to rule the human world too. Just like in Devil's a Part-Timer, where Sadao Mao saying, not only I want to rule Anti-Isla again, but maybe also try to rule this world as well. Kind of, so once again, you get a little similar comparison to Devil's a Part-Timer. And then all of a sudden her boss comes out and is like, oh, you're here. And of course, like I said, Jahy has to lie about, so, oh, this is my, she's just an employee. And I like the fact that when the boss called her, because she calls Jahy Hai-Chen, right? I like the fact that Druji, because she doesn't want anyone disrespecting her master, right? When she calls her Taichi, she gets this kind of demonic look on her, like this demonic aura around her with that killer look on her face. I'm like, okay. Because the fact that maybe Druji is also a powerful demon as well. She doesn't want anybody disrespecting her master. So everyone disrespects her. Probably they're just gonna get it, But Jahi's telling Druji that oh no, this is fine, it's fine. So now she has a so I did like that bit. So like, okay, she's still loyal even though she's buying all the lies she's saying, but at the same time she still has respect for her master. She doesn't want anybody disrespecting her, so if a woman does so, looks like she'll just pretty much wants to kill them, if she gives that look and also that demonic aura she has. So I'd assume that she can be a powerful demon, I guess, given that. And now she goes into the building, and orders what she wants. She's ordered a whole bunch of things. Oh, this is the tastiest I've ever eaten. And at the end, by the time she leaves, she gives the magic gives her the bills. Like, oh, this is like it's so much money that's coming out of her paycheck. But but at the same time, like Juji's like, oh, I'm glad you made good of yourself, and even though to the point that even though when Jahy, she was this cold, ruthless ruler in the Dark Realm, but Druji is seen like she could be a good person as well. It's kind of way like it's like, well, I'll say karma because that's what it is, because it's karma for Jahy because she was the ruler. Everyone weighed on her hand and foot, do what she wished, killed people, right? Now she's been living in this world. Everything's kind of like she's a fend for herself, and like humans have to basically walking all over her, like the landlady demanding her rent, and even though the manager is very nice to her, but it's like, oh, like with her necklace, like just leave it at home, it's gonna be in the way, right? Hey, or taking orders from her, like, oh, can you clean this for me? Yeah. So it is karma in a way. It is karma because she has to now do this all on her own, and at the same time she has to lie about it to her faithful servant about it, saying that she still is this cruel ruler, and but at the same time she does show a bit of humanity where she let the baby chick that fell out of the nest climbs back up the tree and put it back in the nest. So it shows like she can be a good person. That was maybe Druji was kind of making, oh, but you can be a good person, I guess. So, but at the same time, she still wishes the press to see her. No one disrespect her master, although she'll just kill you. So, but this episode, and also after the credits, you have this little montage of them doing this little space battle, which. Is that something part of a continuation? I don't know, but I wasn't sure on that though. But of this whole space battle, because like she's her with her servant, then she's fighting against this other ship against the landlady, space pirates, right? The landlady, then also the manager comes in. But I had fun with it though. But episode 3, I thought was once again another great, fun episode because I'm really having a really fun time watching this series. I think I've had much more fun watching a new anime series in a while. Well, besides Yashahime, although I enjoyed Zombieland Saga Season 2 Revenge. I enjoyed that series, the second season. But this one I've just been because I've been getting more fun, more enjoyment, more laughs, and the charm, personality of this show, especially with the characters like. Especially the character development with Jahy, and excuse me, about her development because from some being the dark ruler, being on the top, now being at the bottom of the totem pole, and how the life she's living while her servant is living the good life, very successful, while she's barely making ends meet, and at the same time trying to struggle and gain the manga crystals, while at the same time her servant is gathering all these left and right, to her shock. So. And also trying to be in the comforts of good comforts of her manager, right? Treating her nicely. So yeah, episode 3, I really loved. I gotta give another thumbs up to this episode because this show is already making me be already my list of favorite things of 2021 now. It is no doubt. I've been thoroughly enjoying this show a lot. Episode 3 was another great episode. Like I said, we'll learn more on character on Jahy and Druji, and. I just can't wait. I just want to see more now. I can't wait for the next episode now, for episode 4 now. So yeah, but I'm also waiting for when Druji will finally see that she's been putting up her master's been putting up this act that she doesn't own the business. She's been living poorly. I want to say like one time she's gonna figure that out, right? So, but yeah. The Great Jahy will not be defeated. Episode 3. I gotta give another thumbs up for this episode. So yeah, so it was great. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next review or video later.